Peace, fam. Peace, fam. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? We're about to start. I'm gonna wait for a couple of seconds, then I'm gonna start. Hey guys. We're about to start this lesson about natal charts, learning natal charts. I'm just gonna light some sage to clear the air real quick. How you guys doing? Just clearing the air before we get started on this lesson. Clear you guys' energy too. Just clearing the energy. Peace, fam. Hey. What's up? Thank you guys for coming. We're about to get this started. We're doing a peace god, peace goddesses. How you guys doing? Peace. Let me just get this in the air a little bit here. Get this in the air a little bit over here. Let me cover my cat real quick. Okay, put this in here. Alright. I'm about to get started on natal charts, how to read a natal chart. Okay. So, question, before I get started, do you guys know what a natal chart is? I want to see where people are at, like, with knowing what this stuff is. Do you guys know what a natal chart is? Comment 333 if you know what a natal chart is. Okay. You know what it is, but you don't know how to read it. Okay. Cool. So I'm about to go over. Hold on. I'm trying to think how to go. Okay. So I'm about to go over what it is, and then how to read it. Right. So a natal chart is basically what the planets or how they were aligned at the time of your birth. So let's say that this is the world, right? The Earth. I don't know. E for Earth. I don't know, some shit. And then this is the Sun. This is Mercury or some shit, right? Then Mars was over here or some shit. And then Pluto or some shit was over here or some shit. And then, this screenshot, this snapshot of the sky, snapshot flash, right? That snapshot of the sky is what a natal chart is. Why is it backwards? The board words is backwards for you guys? Oh shoot. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Is it the right way now for you guys? Okay, cool. I'm sorry about that. I don't know exactly why it did that. I don't know. But fixing it. Hold on, let me clean this because it's foggy and shit. Sorry guys. There we go. Okay. Bet. Now it looks right. Right, let me back it up a little bit so I can then get in the frame. So E for Earth, and then this snapshot of the sky is what your natal chart is. Right. So that is basically what it is. It is a snapshot of the time of your birth, the time and the location, which is why we need to know the time and location and the date of your birth, because that's how we find out your chart, right? So now, from there, before we get into how to read them, we have to go into the different signs, right? You have to learn the signs, the aspects, the planets, the houses, and then the transitory planets. And I'll go into those 5 things during this lesson. So we have the signs, right? And this is just going to be basic. I'm not going to go too in depth because I have so many other topics to cover. But we have the signs, right? And this is going to be probably one of the worst drawings I've ever done in my life. But just bear with me. So we have Aries, Taurus, what the hell? Gemini. This is Cancer. This is Leo. This is a terrible drawing. This does not look right. This is a terrible drawing. I fucked some shit up, but we'll figure it out. Leo. There should be something else here. This is Virgo. This is Libra. This is Scorpio. This is Sag. This is Capricorn. This is Aquarius. This is Pisces. And this is not here. I drew an extra one on accident. My apologies. I told you that it was going to be a bad drawing. Does that make sense to you guys so far? How those are all the signs? How you doing? Thank you all guys for showing up. Peace. If you're looking to donate, please send that there to the cash app below. AIE Inc. So this is what it is. So Aries is the first sign. It starts during the March equinox, right? Which is the fall season going into summer, right? They got Aries, Taurus, which is I'm gonna back up. Aries is the sign of the warrior, the aggressor, the head, right? The one that's always like, I'm headed into some sort of battle, right? Taurus is the physical, the sensual, the five senses. They love the more luxurious things in life. Gemini is about the mental aspects, but it's more about the words, communication. That's Gemini. This is Cancer. Cancer is the emotional body of the self, right? And that is not a negative thing. It just means that you are in tune with your emotions, your intuition. Leo is the courage to go out and do things in a public setting. So from Cancer to Aries is the self, right? It's about you, right? Comment 333 if you're following along, family. If you're following along, comment 333. So this is the self, right? And then from this, you are able to expand into the social settings, right? Social, right? Leo is the courage. Virgo is the analytics, the mental, the numbers, the analytics, right? And then Libra is the judgment. I'm placing judgment on what I found out here, and I had to find a balance on how to do it, right? And then Scorpio is the emotional body of the social, meaning you can conduct yourself in an emotional setting socially. So like you'll walk into a room and you'll be like, this person looks sad, so I'm not going to say something to this person because it might affect the group as a whole. So that's Scorpio. From Sag on, those are the God signs or the collective, right? So after you learn the emotional body of the social, you then go into philosophy on what you learned, right? And then you expand upon those ideas, expand, you read, you learn, you expand, and then from that you're able to create a government structure, which is Capricorn. The government structure, the rules, the regulations, right? It governs Aries, which is the self, and then it governs Libra, which is the judgment, right? Aquarius is the humanitarian, is the one that's right after Capricorn, that's like, okay, this part of the government structure didn't work or does work, how can we fix it, blah, blah, blah. And then Pisces is when you're able to bring all that into the subconscious mind to where you're not really thinking about it. It's just in you, right? So that is a breakdown of all the signs, right? And the reason why I broke it down like that, instead of breaking it down into fixed, mutable, and all those other things, is because one, on my last video I did that. If you go back and watch the very last video I did on medical astrology, I did that. And then two, I have so many more other things to talk about that I don't want to take you guys for granted. So from here, we're going to go into the houses, Thank you guys. Thank you guys for commenting. Yes, I appreciate all you guys. So now we're going to go into the houses, right? We just learned the signs, the 12 signs, and now we have to go into the houses, right? So I'm going to draw the circle again. It's going to be a terrible drawing, I'm sorry. But I got to do what I got to do. So, oh no, it's not that bad this time. Maybe it's because I went over neat. So this is house 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the horizon, right? So the horizon is basically, if you ever went to the beach and you looked into the ocean to where you can't see it, like see anything else anymore, that is the horizon, right? It is the point on which the planets or the signs are going across the horizon, right? So that's what this is. Your rising sign is going across the horizon because it's rising above the horizon. Are you following me? That's what that is. Okay, so the first sign is the house of the self, right? Right? So the first house is the house of the self. The second house is the house of possessions, right? Things you own, things you want to own, luxury things like that. This is communication. 3 is communication, right? So speaking to people, communication. I don't really. Technology. When Facebook went down, that is because Mercury was in retrograde, and Mercury is ruled by Gemini, which is the 3rd house. So it makes sense for communication. Are you following the similarities? So the 4th house is a home, right, or family, right? It could also be the mother, if you want to put it that way. It could also be the mother as well. And the 1st house could be the father, right? The 5th house is now health, no, creativity, or your children, right? Think of things that you create. You create children, you create businesses, you create books, you create magic, creativity. 6 is health and service. Health and service. When you have planets in this house, it could mean that you want, you have that aspect, like, say you have a Jupiter in here. I'm gonna get into the planets in a second, but I need to explain it. So if you have Jupiter in here, which is the planet of expansion, you may want to expand more upon health and service. You may be really a service type of person because it's your Jupiter's in there, right? 7 is other people, but more on relationships. So this is like relationships / partnerships, because those are 2 different things. And this could be intimate as well. This is Scorpio. Scorpio is it rules the sex organ. So that's why it's intimate relationships or partnerships. You follow me? Well, let me see if you guys have any questions or anything. If I miss anything, how you guys doing? Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate all you guys. If you're still with me, comment 666 in the comment section. Remember, 666 is just melanin, carbon 12, 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. Comment 666 if you are still with me. So we're here with the intimate relationships. On 8, you have death and regeneration. No, I lied to you. I didn't lie to you. 8 is death and regeneration. So death is not a bad thing, right? Don't think of death as something that could be detrimental. It's just shedding the old and into the new. It's like being a worm and then going into your cocoon to become a butterfly. Like, think of it that way. This, the ninth house is wisdom, if I'm not mistaken. I just want to make sure I'm in the right. Yep, wisdom or mental exploration. Wisdom / mental exploration. It's ruled by Sag. Remember, Sag is the one, the philosophizer, the one who wants to go out and travel, things like that. Travel could also be in here. This is public, right? And once I finish this, take a screenshot of it. The public eye is the 10th house. So if you have planets in there, this is like being in a public eye, being on TV, being on stage, being seen by the public, right? The 11th house is hopes and wishes. Hopes and wishes, things you want, things you want to acquire, things like that. 12 is the subconscious, right? The subconscious, that is the 12th house. These are the different houses, right? Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. Okay, good. You guys are still with me. 60, great. Before I move on, does anybody have a question? Before I move on, I want to make sure that everybody's questions are answered, that we're all on the same page. Does anybody have a question on any of that before I move on? Dang, I gotta write better. That shit looks terrible. Okay, I'm gonna write better on the next one. That's my fault. I did not know it looked that bad. Any questions? Let me know. If not, I'm gonna move on. Okay, I'm waiting a little bit. Okay, it doesn't seem like any questions are coming in, so I'm gonna move on to the next joke. All right, so these are the houses, right? We just went over the signs and the houses, correct? So that was the houses. So those, the biggest thing that I would suggest you learn first are the signs, which is why I brought it out first. You need to learn the signs. You need to know the fixed, mutable, cardinal. You need to know what each one does, etc., etc. But I'm going over blanket statements because there's a lot to cover. Right. Hold on. I got here late. What's that scale? I got here late. What's that scale? I'm not sure what you mean by the scale. What I'm doing right now is just going over the how to read a natal chart. I just went over the houses. The first one was the signs, and now I went over the houses. So what I'm doing now is going over the different planets, right? We got hella planets. So we have the sun, right? The sun is your identity, your vitality, the self, right? The sun, right? That's the sun. The moon, and the reason why I'm drawing it like this is because when you see it on a chart, it's going to look like that, right? Or something similar to that, a circle with a dot in the middle. The moon is going to look like that. That's a shitty ass moon. That looks like a C. What the fuck is that? Hold on, I need to do better. Hold on. That's a little better. So that's the moon, right? Moon is the emotional body. This could also be the father. Emotional body. This could also be the mother. It could mean change, right? It can mean a lot of different things, blah, 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 right? So the moon, after the moon, you have Mercury, right? Mercury is communication, technology sometimes, technology, etc., etc. After that, you have Mars. What the hell is Mars' sign? Why am I not remembering what the sign of Mars is? I don't want to look, because I should know this off the top of my head, because I do know it. But I'm gonna look, because I can't think of it right now, and I don't want to waste time. The hell? That's not Mars. The fuck? Hold on. Oh, right. I was like, what the fuck? That's Mars. I don't know why I didn't anyway, Mars. Mars is the is sex. A lot of people say aggression and assertiveness, which it is, but it's also about sex. And I need that to be clear. That is also about sex. Aggression, assertiveness. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Sex, aggression, assertiveness. Those are like the main ones, right? Let me see if anybody has a question before I continue going on. Any questions, anything, anybody say nothing? Diagram, you're doing great, cool diagram. Oh yeah, the diagram was the houses. So Mars, right? Sun, Moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, desire, passion, right? It can also be love, and it can also be sex, but it's a different type of sex. It's a desirable sex. This is more like a This is more like a in the moment, wham bam, thank you ma'am type of sex. This sex is more of the relationship. I'm with you for a long time. We're tantric sex, things like that. That's Venus, right? Then you have Jupiter. Jupiter, it looks like a 4, right? Jupiter is for expansion, and growth, right? So, yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Expansion and growth. So whenever you see this, it's usually a good thing. But it can also be a negative thing depending on how it's aspecting. But I'm not there yet. I'm about to go into that in a second. So Saturn. How do I draw Saturn? I think that's how I draw Saturn. So Saturn think of Saturn as like the parental figure, right? The parental figure, right? It brings you lessons, right? It restricts you, but it doesn't necessarily restrict you to be a bad person. It restricts you to make you learn a lesson, right? Now, granted, if Saturn comes back around and you haven't learned your lesson, it could seem like it's doing bad stuff to you, but that's because you haven't learned the lesson yet. So like everybody has something called a Saturn return. So like around the age 28, 29, 30, 27, around that area, if you haven't learned the lesson that you were supposed to learn, Saturn will come back and bite you in the ass, basically. That's basically what that is, right? So that's Saturn. After Saturn, you have Neptune. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Neptune or is it Uranus? Which one's next? I want to make sure I get in the right order, too. I don't want to just do it in the wrong order. Uranus is next, sorry. Uranus is the intuition, right? Things that are inspiring, right? That's basically Uranus. The Neptune is, how do you draw Neptune? See, it's different on different websites, but it will tell you what the symbol is, because like on some websites the symbol can be one thing, and other websites it could be something completely different. Like I'm gonna show you an example on Pluto. Actually, I'll just draw Pluto right now. Or it could be this shit, right? It just depends on what the fuck. I don't know why they do like that, but whatever. So this is Neptune. Neptune is illusion. It's the dream world, right? Things of that nature. So whenever you see that, think of it that way. Pluto is also death and regeneration. Sorry, someone was running down the street and I was like, what the fuck is that? So these are the planets. Let me know if you have any questions on the planet. Yes. Saturn is like structure. Yes, exactly. Saturn is like structure. It doesn't. No. Mars is more of sex. So now that there can be passion behind Mars sex, but Mars passionate sex is more like lustfulness. Venus passionate sex is more like love. Does that make sense? Because this one is more raw and like instinctual. This is more like a higher version of that, if that makes sense. Like a higher vibration than Venus. I'm sorry, than Mars. Hopefully I answered that question for you. And then you said Saturn, and Saturn is like structure. Yes. Saturn is like structure. Yeah, passionate sex. Yep. Yeah, exactly. So these are the main planets. There are also comets and asteroids and a whole bunch of other shit. But these are the main ones to look out for, right? Because there really are a whole bunch of different ones. So for someone who's not really trying to get into astrology, just learn these, right? But if you're trying to get into astrology, there's a lot more. So take a screenshot, do what you gotta do. Oh, this is Pluto right here. So that's that, right? From here we need to go into the aspects, right? Before I go on, does anybody have a question, comment, or concern about anything that I went over? Anybody have a question, comment, or concern about anything I went over? Let me know right now. And comment below your sun sign. Of course, you're welcome. Gillum. Hopefully I said that right. But yeah, comment your sun sign down below. I would like to know which zodiacs are in the building. What's up, Micah's Photography? Thank you guys for joining. Make sure to donate, which is right here if you're interested, and also hit that heart and give me a lot of hearts. I've heard about Saturn negative way a lot. My moon and ascendant are Capricorn, but my sun is Leo. Wonderful. Now, yes. A lot of people, greetings. A lot of people say Saturn is bad, but it just depends on how you look at it, right? And if you're walking in integrity, and if you're doing, your calling, right? If you're working at a 9 to 5 and you're not doing your calling and you're a dickhead, you know what I'm saying? If you're not a good person, Saturn can bite you in the ass, right? But if you're doing your shit, you know what I'm saying? If you're on your shit, if you're, doing good things or good things, right? If you're doing those things, then you won't see it as that, right? Like, Saturn is like restrictive, but remember, it's just like a parent, right? Parents do things because they're trying to teach you something, right? So it's not always a bad aspect, right? So I'm going to erase this. Aquarius, Sun, Fire, Scorpio. Scorpio is so deep. It really is. It's so deep. Virgo, that's my sun Virgo. Sagittarius, that's my moon, Leo. Fucks with the Leos too, though. All right, so I'm about to erase this and go into the aspects, right? So from here we have the different aspects, right? What is an aspect? An aspect is basically how the planets are angled with each other in the sky at the time of birth or during normal business hours. If that makes sense. Saturn is a bully sometimes for you. Right, exactly. Saturn can be a bully sometimes for your own good. Exactly. That's exactly how, that's a really good way of putting it. So aspects. Right, so you have different aspects. You have opposition, you have a square, you have a sextile, you have a triangle. I'm trying to remember how. I think a triangle is a triangle. Shit, that's one more that I'm forgetting. Opposition, square, sextile, trine. I actually know off the top of my head, and I know I do. For some reason, it's just eluding me right now, which is honestly is blowing my mind. But it's all right because we're gonna get through this. Well, what the hell is that other aspect? Trine, opposition, square, square, conjunction, function. What's your function? Conjunction. I know I forgot something. Conjunction. I'm sorry about that. Right. Conjunction. You had it right. I don't fucked up. You were right. These are the main ones. There's also quincunx, semi-square, semi-sextile, and a whole bunch of other ones. But we're just going to go over the main ones, right? This is opposition. Whenever you see an opposition inside of your own chart, think of a balancing act. You have to balance those two energies. Those two energies of that specific sign, house, and the planet. You have to balance it with the opposite one. Square is not a positive aspect. It's challenging, right? It doesn't necessarily mean it's all bad. It just means it's challenging. It's going to be something. Oh, whoops. Square goes here. Sorry, but it's just challenging, right? Right. It's something that you may struggle with at times, but you can overcome them. But it still may be a little bit of a struggle, right? Sextile is trine is harmony. Sextile is shit. Hold on. Sextile is it can bring opportunity. Sextile, it can bring opportunity. It could be good for wellness. This is generally the most positive aspect. Oh, that's wrong. This is harmony. This is support. Right? Conjunction is when two planets are like right on top of each other. So they have to be within 10 degrees of each other for it to be considered conjunction, but the real conjunction is within 3 degrees. Right? So this is like a it's like a it is the strongest aspect, right? It basically means that this energy and this energy are working together, working together. My handwriting is not good. Peace. Let me go back and see. Right. Conjunction. Right. Man, throwback. Yep, this is a throwback. 9. Yep. 9. I don't know why you said 9, but 9 is cool. Created an opportunity. Not necessarily created an opportunity. It's more of those two planets can bring opportunities to you. If that makes sense. Like it's like if your Jupiter and Mercury are in sextile, then you may be giving opportunity to speak more, to expand your speaking capabilities because they're in sextile. But it does depend on what house and sign they're in. But generally speaking, right? So those are the main aspects. Comment 999 if you're still vibing with me. And if you have any questions, comments like a son, please ask. And also, if you'd like to donate, send it to AIE IMC. It's right there. It's just a Cash App. But yeah, comment 999 if you're still vibing. And then smash that like button too. It helps me out. Smash those hearts. Just hit, right? Whew. 999. That's it right there. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are still here with me. We are going to move on soon to transits. Transits is the next part for me to talk about, so I'm going to get up and talk about that now. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you guys. If you're interested in donating, please send $1, $5, $2, $3, $100, $500, $1,000 to that Cash App down there. Whatever you want helps. It helps me be able to continue to do these things for you guys. So now we're at transits. Okay, this is where it becomes a little more complicated, right? If it wasn't complicated enough, right? So transits. How do I do this? So this is your natal chart, right? Remember, your natal chart is a screenshot of the sky when you were born, right? It's just a way to be like, yeah, I was born with this, I was born with that, and this is just a guide to show you why you do things the way that you do, or what have you. Give me a second. I'm just making up some planetary aspects real fast. So now, say that there's someone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I missed one. The moon. Where's my moon? My moon's over here. So actually, it's in this house. Whatever. It's too late. So. This is a natal chart, right? When you look at your chart, you'll see like this will have like a dotted line to this planet. This one may be like a solid blue line. Hold on a second. What? What? Come here. Come on. Better close the door. Watch out. Sorry, my cat was begging for attention. So yeah. So this planet may have a line over there. This one may have a dotted line like that. This one could be another straight line. You know, stuff like that, right? And then it would just be a whole bunch of fucking lines in that bitch, right? So. So the transit is how the planets currently are rotating around the Earth. Or I said that wrong. You get what I'm saying. Where the planets are currently today at this point in time. And remember, all the planets change with every single second. So say the moon is over here and the sun is, I don't know, over here. Jupiter could be here, and let's say Saturn is also right here. I'm gonna say why I'm doing this in a second. Saturn is also right there. Say Mars is over here. Say Venus is right here. Blah blah blah. Right? You get me, right? This is your natal chart. The inside is your natal chart. The outside are the transiting planets. meaning the planets as they are right now in time. Transiting planets. Right? So, now that you know your natal chart, right? Once you learn your natal chart and then you figure out what each planet means for you, right? Then you can start to look at the outside planets currently. So like say your moon is here and it's in sextile with your Mercury in the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 5th house, right? 6, 7, 8, right? So remember, the 5th house is creativity, right? And say yours is Leo. Let's keep it simple. And then this one is Scorpio, right? Whoops, sorry about that. So say Leo is this house. I'm sorry, is this piece of the pie? This is Scorpio for that piece of the pie, but it's the 5th house and that's the 8th house. Remember, the 5th house is a house of creativity, children, and things of that nature, right? And so because the 5th house is creativity, and Leo is a fire sign, especially since it's a fixed fire sign, right? Fixed means it's not moving, it's focused, it's direct, right? You are creatively, remember 5th house, creatively direct with intention and fiery energy, because remember it's a fire sign, communicating. You follow me? Because Mercury is the house, not the house, is the planet of communication. And with your Mars here, let's say the transiting Mars is conjunct your Mercury, right? And remember, conjunct just means that is right next to each other, right? The transiting Mars is conjunct your natal Mercury. That means that you may be even more fiery, more aggressive, more assertive, more umph than you would normally be, because Mars is right here, right? And then with the transiting moon in conjunction with your natal moon, right, in the 8th house of death and regeneration, right, you may experience emotional turmoil or emotional ideas or concepts based upon losing old habits and gaining new habits, and those new habits may have an effect emotionally on you, especially more because it's in Scorpio, which is a really deep, pure energy, and because the moon, the transiting moon, is conjunct your natal moon. So it's an even bigger kick to the emotional aspect, to the change, right, to the water, the mother. Hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this is making sense to you guys. Comment 333 if this is making sense to you guys, and if it's not making sense to you guys, ask me some questions. I'm half for catch the playback. I just got in from getting 2 miles in. I can't fully focus again. Oh no, I feel it. I feel it. If this is making sense to you guys, let me know. If it's not making sense, please ask a question and I will go a little more in depth. I will also be moving on in a second if this makes sense to you guys. Comment 333 if this makes sense. So what I just described to you guys is how you read your chart, right? You take the signs, you take the houses, you take the signs, the houses, the planets, and then the transitory planets, the ones that are happening currently in time, the ones on the outer circle, and then you come up with your own conclusion, right? Based off of what each of them represent, right? And that's basically how you read your chart. I'm going to give you some resources to look at. Thank you, Key Goddess. I appreciate you. I'm going to DM you in a second. I'm gonna DM you in a second. Because you've been rocking with me and I appreciate it. You can find your own chart, right? You how to find your own chart. How do you know your own natal chart? How to find, right? First of all, you need your birth date, birth location, and the birth time, right? Once you get these three things and the birth time, be as close to within 5 to 15 minutes as possible. Like some people have a really hard time finding their birth date because the system doesn't want to give you your birth date. So you might have a hard time with this, but if you have a hard time with it, just find within 30 minutes, right? Within a 30-minute time span. Like if your mom says that it's within 9 to 9:30 that you were born, we'll do 9:15. It's in the middle. You follow me? And another way to find your birth time is go to vital records of the state that you were in, or go to the hospital, or call them. And then you can pay like $15, something like that, and get it sent to your house. So that's that. Then you go to astro.com or any other website. There's a whole bunch of websites that do this, and a whole bunch of apps, but I use astro.com. Right? Use astro.com, and then you search for natal chart, and then you just input all this information, and then your natal chart will come out. And that's all you do. That is how you find your natal chart and then read it. I literally just gave you an example on how to read it. The only thing you have to do is go here, or go to the app, or go wherever you want to, input this information, and then read your own chart. It's actually not as hard as you think it is. It's pretty simple. It's just a little more detailed and a little tedious, but it's actually not like rocket science. It's just a little tedious, right? And so that's how you do it. Does anybody have a question, comment, or concern? Any question, comment, or concern? If there's no questions, comments, or concerns, I'm going to end the live here. And I do appreciate all you guys for joining. Key guidance, I'm going to DM you probably right now as soon as I finish this. And yeah, thank you guys for joining. And get ready for the next one. On the next video I'm going to do will be, I'm not sure what video I'm going to do. I might do one on herbs. I might do a video on herbs next. And how to make your own herbal formulas, because for some reason people are still confused on how to do that. Peace. How you doing? Thank you for joining. I am about to get off the live though. Once I get off the live though, you can always hit the replay button on my channel. Thank you guys again so much for coming. Appreciate you guys. Peace out.